You have found the Titus Podcast Armageddon Update with hosts Christopher Titus, Rachel Bradley, and Ken Hylind. And now, here's Christopher Titus with this week's Armageddon Update.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. And what are we talking about on our half-assed Temu Daily Show knockoff today? Well, this post. Can I ask what's going on with my boys and in some cases gals? Which is the frontrunner for the weirdest weird Trump post of 2025. You know, the dude that attacks everyone for just a sideways look is now pleading that we stop looking into the evil life of the worst sex trafficker and leader of a child prostitution ring, and the president's best friend for 10 years, who died so badly in prison, even Putin can't keep a straight face when saying it was suicide. The worst pedo in American history, a man who got convicted for an underage prostitution ring in 2006, then had to do prison time, at least 12 hours a day of prison time, because obviously the prison in Florida was also a residence inn. Regarding his suicide, when they released the prison video camera footage, it showed nothing. And then some video dentists over at Wired dove deeper into the video's metadata and found out that the Epstein prison security video had been modified. Right. The video that show if the guy committed suicide or if it was a unrequested assisted suicide. Well, it's been edited using Adobe Premiere Pro like we do on the show, and had been, this is a quote, assembled from at least 2 source clips, saved multiple times, exported, and then uploaded to the DOJ's website. The metadata also showed that 2 minutes and 53 seconds were edited out. And we know that because Adobe Premiere Pro leaves evidence when you're trying to hide evidence. 2 minutes and 53 seconds gone. That's enough time to sneak in, strangle a guy, break his high point bones in his neck, which the pathologist Epstein brother hired said is consistent with homicide. 2 minutes, 53 seconds. You still have time for a sandwich. And the final file appeared to contain at least 2 separate MP4 files that were combined. So there is a criminal cover-up mixtape DJ at the DOJ. When asked for a response, the FBI didn't respond. The DOJ's Office of the Inspector General did find that half of the surveillance cameras at the facility where Epstein died and most of those inside his detention unit weren't working on July 29th due to a technical error. Huh? What? So technically, it was a suicide. Even Scooby-Doo and Shaggy would be all over this case. Hey, Scoob, man, it's pretty clear Epstein was assassinated. Oh, not for sure, Maggie. Couple other things. If there's no evidence and no client list, then why the hell is this woman in jail? So she's in jail for sex trafficking no one? On top of that, if there's no evidence and no client list, why did 2 banks, JP Morgan Chase and Deutsche Bank, pay off 100 plus of Epstein's victims, $365 million for sex crimes that didn't exist? Because the one thing banks love to do is pay out money for nothing. It's a mystery, isn't it? And when asked if he was on the list, here's what Sweet Potato Hitler said.
These files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden
The evidence was faked by Obama, who wasn't president when Epstein was arrested either time. Then it was the radical Democrats, including Biden. Except Epstein was arrested in Trump's first term, not during Biden. And Bill Barr knew Epstein, as did Bill Barr's dad. And now we're finding that Howard Lutnick, who is also in the administration, lived near Epstein and had a connection, as did Alex Acosta, who prosecuted Epstein in Florida and was given a job in the first administration. So, where's the list? And evidence that he said he was going to release years ago.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem with it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know it. You don't.
That he's not on, he says. And now if he is on it, it's just like all the other things he's not on and didn't do even though he's on it. Or we watched him be on it. He was sued by a girl who said she got raped at 13. So there's nothing to see here. I'm sure this is all going to go away. But the worst thing to me is that 211 Republicans voted not to release the files. So to be clear, the Democrats voted to release the PEDO files, while the Republicans voted to protect pedophiles. Just like Jesus. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. And god damn, I wish when I named this thing originally, it was sarcastically named. Now it's really Armageddon. Are we serious? Are we talking about all the Republicans voted to actually not see the files on the worst pedophile ever because he's best friends with the president? We used to take people down. My God, Nixon is somewhere just rolling in his grave going, I didn't do anything to this shit. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. With me as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There can be only one.
Also, I've got Chaplin and Groucho sitting right here.
There can be
we
only
have so
two.
many names for Groucho. I just forgot his name. We have so many names for him that I just forgot his name.
He actually answers to all of them.
Yes, he does.
Poodle Pop is actually one of them. See, he looked at me. It's pretty sad. Poot poot. Nothing like seeing you scream poot poot,
Poot, poot, get here,
across
like
a park
angrily.
when we're outside of a hotel for a gig or something.
Speaking of Poodle Pop, Jeffrey Epstein.
What?
I don't. So the Armageddon update was, listen, I didn't want to do 2 Armageddon updates on Epstein. However, as it's gotten weirder and weirder day by day, we've got Mike Johnson, who's Speaker of the House, who has said, hey, we need to do something about this. Then he released a statement contradicting it. Charlie Kirk has been going up against, banging against it. We got to get, where's the thing? He's like, you know what? I'm done talking about it. I'm done talking. Got a phone call from Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he did. I'm done talking about it. So may I say that we are now in a place where, and then Trump, the more they interview Trump on it, the more they ask him, he started out being real defensive. That's a nasty question. No, it's actually about a guy who raped kids. Like, it's actually not,
That you ran your whole fucking campaign on.
Yeah, I don't understand where we are, but day by day by day, the more he weirdly,
Day by day.
the more weirdly he denies it, the more weirdly, you saw some weird, we put it in the Armageddon update, some video where he's like, watch how he reacts to this. And they ask him about it. And now he's blaming Obama, Bush.
It's the press outside of the White House, and Caroline Leavitt is standing next to him. And one of the reporters yells, are you in the files? Is your name in the files? And he starts talking, and it just goes, and he says, the files were created by Obama and crooked Hillary and crooked Joe. And that's like a span of 16 years.
Eisenhower's put some stuff in.
And when the files really came to light, George Bush was president. Yeah. That's when this all started.
06.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
In Florida. And then he starts going, well, and really hominas, and then says, it's just like they did it. It's just like the Russia. And then he takes off on Russia. Which, if you stop and think about it, he just told you yes. He's
I'm
in
in
it.
I'm in the files. Yes. I'm in the files.
But it's because Obama, Hillary, Joe.
Except this Epstein thing has been going on for how many years now? And he's never said that before.
Well, he's trying and failing to cover.
He's never said it before, though. So now that it's nonstop, it's nonstop. And so everybody's now turned toward it. Because we'd much prefer talking about some sex salacious shit than we would be talking about the war in Ukraine, which Putin is sending in thousands of drones now to fuck up Ukraine and kill Ukrainians.
Yeah, that we don't even talk about that.
No, we don't. We don't talk about Israel just bombed Syria, Damascus. So wait. I'm sorry, Israel. Wait, what? Wait. So they're like, well, Gaza's leveled. We need condos. We need parking
for the statue for Trump.
New Gaza Trump. We need So now he's made up this thing now. So here's what we know, what Trump does. He needs to blame somebody. Now that it's basically becoming an unending question. What do you know? Where are the files? Instead of just going, we're going to move on from it, which he did 2 weeks ago, right?
Yep.
He said, we're moving on.
Yep.
We're just going to move on. Why would you get, he's been dead a long time. Why does people care about Epstein this much? Well, I mean, part of it's because you guys have been saying Hillary was raping children in the basement in a pizza parlor, and you said Bill raped children and everybody else raped children, and And
he also was arrested under your watch and died, committed suicide under your watch.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, the cameras and the thing in the jail, 2 minutes and 53 seconds just happened to be edited out. No, it was a changeover. It happens all the time. Well,
they said, slow down a little bit because this is all really important. I want you to.
Well, you're illegal, mind. You go.
No, you're just like, you know so much about it. You're amped up. They said, Blondie said that there was always a minute missing in the footage every night, 1 minute, because of
resetting.
Okay.
Yeah, changeover, right?
Yeah, okay. Which doesn't.
How convenient for a prison.
Doesn't it, right? And it's the same minute every night.
The good news is
what time can we go
prisoners
kill?
would never we get a minute to stab them.
So now say what has been found out since then.
By the way, the minute is the Breaking Bad minute where he killed everybody. Didn't Walter White set up a plan where the 1 minute of changeover, he killed like 35 people?
Yeah, you cue the music. Jesus Christ.
So then we go, and Ken's going to need to back it up because he knows more about this than I do. But so now I'm looking at, and it's not just one news, not some crazy sideways news thing saying 2 minutes and 53 seconds has been edited out. Newsweek said it. And Newsweek, everybody's couching it. It looks like. Well, it doesn't look like it. The metadata.
Oh no, it is.
So explain what happened. The editing. So Adobe leaves a thing.
Yeah, it writes metadata into the. So first of all, if it was actually raw footage, it would have just been an export of a certain file type. Right?
Like
it would be whatever, some fucking shitty,
like
CCTV thing. Yeah. But when you import it and then have to edit it, first of all, it's going to convert it to a file type that it can work with.
So Premiere Pro has to change the file, whatever the
raw
file is,
rewrite it
to something it can see.
Yes. And then, there's going to be edits in it, and there's going to be edits and cuts that you can see in the data.
Right.
And then when you re-export it out, it's a different file type.
So instead of putting out the video, when you go to the thing and you go to the data, all the matrix file, the ones and zeros,
it all changes.
It says Adobe Photoshop.
Yeah, it says like
Adobe Premiere. And he goes,
copyright 2024.
He thought it was so ridiculous. He started laughing yesterday. He goes, it's Premiere. It's what we used to edit the podcast. Exactly. They're using Premiere. And so they've edited 2 minutes and 53 seconds out. Now let's talk about, that doesn't seem like a long time unless you're a murderer. And then it seems like just enough time, doesn't it? Yeah, so, like as we were talking about just earlier, it's time to set up craft services, you get the light set, shoot a couple of takes, and then wrap. And it's so they could go in. Oh, also, this is another weird thing in Jeffrey Epstein's, and I brought it up in the Armageddon update. He had extra bedding. He had a bunch of extra bedding.
Yeah,
in his cell.
Yeah.
After
no reason for it. Mm-hmm. He's an extra. Could I get some more sheets? Why? I want a noosey.
Yeah.
Or by the way, I know there's that minute missing. I'd like to go out the window and make a rope. Yeah. Because I know there's a minute every day, supposedly. So, and then Pam Bondi was in law enforcement in Florida when Jeffrey Epstein was in prison the first time. Then we go back to Bill Barr and Bill Barr's dad, who was involved with the school that Jeffrey Epstein taught physics at. But Jeffrey Epstein doesn't have a physics degree. He just got sucked into the school, and then he started messing with girls, got messed with at the school. They kicked him out of there. Then when Epstein, then he did prison time. But the way he did prison time, Alex Acosta, is that the guy? Who was the guy that
he put him in his administration?
Yeah, the guy.
Again, with no experience.
But do you guys remember how weird? Like, it's weird because I'm listening to Katie Tur today go down the list of what it possibly could be. And Katie Tur is obviously a chaos agent for the Trump administration because she goes, well, maybe they said they had all the data to use it to get elected, but then they realized there was nothing, and so now they're embarrassed by that, or they realized that there's some people on the list that they want to know, so they're hiding that. And but she never once said it's possible that the guy who said the president is my best friend for 10 years.
Yes.
Who's been on the flight log 7 times, who basically has been sued by a girl.
Not basically, was sued as a co-defendant with Epstein.
With Epstein by a girl who said they both raped her when she was 13 years old. A guy who's already got an $81 million settlement for rape. We've watched him be creepy as shit. We have girls from his beauty pageant say he walked in on them naked because he could.
Yep. Slept with a porn star. Keep going.
Slept with a porn star. Cheat.
Dirty fucking creep.
He's so beyond creep. But you're right. Like creeps aspire to be him. Yeah. Creeps like, one day if I could just be that creepy.
So this lawsuit was filed in 2016.
Yes.
She was called Jane Doe to keep anonymity. And it's versus Donald J. Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She says that she was raped, and quite specifically, if you guys, I know every week, Ray Bradley on Instagram, I'll send you this,
we should read a little bit of it.
The
too,
whole
so you can
thing.
see, yeah.
But she says that Trump threatened her if she said anything or told anyone. And if she did, the same thing would happen to her that happened to another Jane Doe that is still missing.
I find it hard to believe that Trump would threaten anyone with some action, with some revenge.
Yeah.
He's not the kind of guy who
holds
grudges and
what
revenge.
What I love most about him is his meditation techniques.
Yeah,
I think
he
when
really
you
lets
think
things
he does
roll off his orange round
like
back.
like a duck. And he walks like a duck with his heels. He has his ass out, looks like a duck.
Uh-huh.
He actually acts like a duck, walks like a duck. So this lawsuit got filed. Now, here's why we know that this woman didn't lie, because they never sued her. They threatened to kill her. That's what she says, and she went away. So there's that. Also, you got Ghislaine Maxwell, who's in prison right now. Now, here's the thing. And I keep asking this, like, wait, if there's no list and there's no evidence, why is she doing 20 years?
Yeah.
And why is she in
25,
prison?
right?
25. Why is she still in prison? I said 20, but maybe 25.
So what happened was last weekend.
What had happened?
What had happened was last weekend, while everyone's waiting for this to come out, a DOJ FBI memo was leaked to Wired or
Unsigned, yes.
Unsigned, undated, everything, just released. And this memo I'm reading, it says they've concluded that he committed suicide. And they say that they performed a systematic review. They searched over 300 gigs of data and physical evidence. And they found that there was no incriminating client list. Also, no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as a part of his actions. So
why is she in prison then?
Right.
And why did they just vote to not release the document that doesn't exist?
One Republican voted.
All the
release
Republicans voted to not release documents and evidence that doesn't exist.
And why did Obama create this list that doesn't exist? That
when
you just
we didn't
said.
even know at that time that Jeffrey Epstein had been arrested. He hadn't been arrested yet. If Obama did this, why didn't they arrest Jeffrey Epstein during the Obama administration? Why didn't they?
So I would say that, Alexander Acosta, that was his name. He was the AG in Florida when all that stuff happened with Epstein first. He was the guy that allowed him to camp at prison, and he could come and go.
It was basically a 4-star prison, 5-star prison. He was
allowed to leave for 12 hours a day.
He had to do anything he wanted.
I don't know if you guys know this. Epstein.
So I just want to finish.
Well, I was just going to say, I'm just backing you up. Let you finish. Epstein got arrested, did time in Florida jail. However, the guy Alex Acosta, right? That's his name. Let him. Here was his prison. Here's his prison plan. He had to sleep there at night, and during the day, he got out for 12 hours every day. I'm in on that prison. Because basically, I just have my own apartment that the government's paying for.
We all live that prison. Like that's
exactly. You just have to park your car in a different block. Go ahead.
Interestingly enough, Acosta, so Trump appointed him as Secretary of Labor under his first administration. It's so interesting how so many Epstein associates, Bill Barr, got appointed amid criticism of his mishandling of the Epstein case back in Florida. Acosta actually resigned in 2019 as Secretary of Labor after a huge public outcry. I guess Trump told him to take the hit. He was vetted for his cabinet post in the administration. He stated to Congress, "I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone." And he's just gone away now. Have you noticed that?
Well, here's even what Trump said about Ghislaine Maxwell. I wish her well.
Yeah,
I wish her well. It is so mob.
That's like
Trump.
That's calling baseball.
Have you ever heard anybody Trump talk about wish them well. So he says in the interview, the guy goes, I can't believe that this is a woman who trafficked young girls, like underage girls, for sex, and you wished her well. He goes, I wish a lot of people well. I wish everybody well. I wish you well. I wish people well. Fuck, dude.
He's the worst.
Yeah. Let's talk about groceries. An amazing what an old-fashioned word, groceries.
Oh, God, I just sent him. I need to send it to you so you can just use it periodically. Yeah. It is a compilation of like 6 different times where he's talking about the word groceries.
Groceries, yeah.
How he came up with it. It's an old word. It's a beautiful word.
It means groceries. Food you buy. He explains what it means.
It means food you buy when you have a bag and you put the food in the bag and you take it home. That groceries. Yeah. It's a beautiful word.
When you have a lot of food, it's a caravan of food. A caravan. Made that one up. And you equalize the level of it.
Doesn't have to be elaborate. Another word I made up. Elaborate.
Exactly. 36 minutes ago, he said to his supporters who are criticizing his administration's handling of Epstein, he put on Truth Social that their anger at him is a Democrat-led scam. And I don't want their support anymore, he said.
Well, he knows there's not going to be an election. I don't need your votes. We have plenty of votes. And then he wins all 7 swing states in the weirdest election we've ever seen.
If it was a Democrat scam, why is it blowing up now? He's been in office for 6 months.
Well, and if it is a Democrat scam, why don't look? We have metadata on the video that you guys released that shows that it was edited in Premiere Pro by Adobe. So, if it was a Democrat scam, you're right. Why not just release all of it?
Laura Loomer has now come out against him. He's losing, like Alex Jones. If you guys haven't seen it, cried, videoed himself in his car, crying because he couldn't believe that he would do this. It's a really great watch. You should go see. And Alex says
Jones.
In it, Alex Jones actually says in it, I am a man of integrity.
Who got sued? For everything, for lying.
Laura Loomer said that Trump's handling of the investigation into Epstein threatens to consume his presidency. I don't want it to, but it will. She said, obviously, when we agree with Laura Loomer, holy shit. Yeah. This is not a complete hoax, given the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell is currently serving 20 years in prison in Florida for her crimes and activities with Epstein, who we know is a convicted sexual predator. This is why I said, and I'll reiterate it again, the best thing the president can do is appoint a special counsel to handle this investigation.
That's just a team who can just make better lies.
But here's the thing. I think what's happening is, I just got this in this last second. What I think is happening is people are realizing, and this happened the last administration too, people start to go, wait, this motherfucker's lying all the time. Like when Kelly stood next to him, one of the best generals we had in a long time, whether I agree with him or not politically, and he goes, these guys, why these suckers and losers join the military? And he's like, wait.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And so I think what's happened, and it happened in the first administration too, Manafort, happened with Bill Barr. Remember Bill Barr was like, he's fucking nuts. Rex Tillerson. He's a fucking moron. I think what happens is, and someone said this, that when he even got Bill Maher, he gets into a room and he's really good at this initial telling you exactly what you want to hear.
Yeah.
He's really good at that.
Yep.
And then as the fucking story starts to unravel, you start to go, oh, fuck. Yeah, now I'm connected to this asshole and I'm part of it. I've been backing him up. So I think Laura Loomer's trying to save her own ass. And I think
Laura Trump actually came out and said she wanted transparency.
I think all these people are trying to save their own ass. Mike Johnson, because Mike Johnson's the Speaker of the House. If it is found out and will be found out that Trump, whose best friend ran you know what he's in prison for in Florida? Do you know what the actual charge was? Underage prostitution, sex trafficking, and underage prostitution. That's so he was paying these rich men were paying.
Were clients,
and he paid girls to get other girls involved, and their statements. So. What happens is with Trump, and this happens every time, it happens with Giuliani too. Eventually Giuliani never bailed though. Giuliani stayed loyal and he got fucked anyway. I think these people get after a couple years and like, wait, this fucking dude is out of his fucking mind.
Yeah.
But he's really good.
He's good at roping you in.
Yeah. Yes.
And then now you're fucking just latched on.
Yeah. Learned it from Satan.
So he promised last year during his campaign very specifically to release all of this. He just never intended to. He just figured it would go away like everything did. But people are fascinated with this. Here's his quote today. Only really bad people, including the fake news, want to keep something like this going. So now it's people that want the child rape guy and all the other child rape people.
How come you guys can't just let child rape go?
You're a bad person.
You guys just keep digging into this child rape thing.
He said it's sordid but boring.
Who happened to be one of my best friends? But why would you people continue to dig on child rape? It's like Seinfeld. He turns into Seinfeld.
What stage is that in the lie process?
What's the deal? Say it again.
Speaking of, Seinfeld. Seinfeld.
Got nothing to say. We got nothing to say.
Damn,
They're
bro.
happily married still. Let it go.
Okay.
Let it go.
Why does everybody want to keep talking about She was 17.
Beep. This episode brought to you by CB Distillery because we need it right now.
I desperately needed it at the beginning and during the Armageddon update. I needed to chill out a little bit.
I'm still out of it. And I forgot last week I said I was going to order it. And I know I'm out of it because I couldn't sleep last night. If you toss and turn all night like I did last night.
Oh, it was brutal. Even the dogs were mad.
He was not mad. He went and slept with me. I finally went to the couch for a change of venue. Millions of people are using CBD I use it for stress. Like just kind of takes the edge off.
And that's why we're out.
Sleeplessness.
Yeah, exactly. Through that shit.
She's got a CB Distillery's IV.
They have formulations that are targeted at CB Distillery for everything. Sleep, stress, mood and focus, pain after exercise. Very good, can confirm. They even have CBD for pets. They use high quality, clean ingredients. They don't use fillers. It's just premium CBD. You guys know my favorite are the THC CBD gummies, sleep gummies.
Nice amount. It's not too much. It doesn't put you into a hallucinatory state.
No, not at all. I was scared at first, like, because THC makes my brain go crazy.
You're such a good girl. And now.
Yeah, I didn't used to be. Yeah. But now I am. Over 2 million people use this product. They have 100% money back guarantee. So if you're struggling, dear God, again, I didn't sleep last night. If you're struggling to sleep, if you have stress, which you do, I don't even need to say if, because you have stress in this world that we live in or other health concerns and you don't have relief, you should just try this. We had people write in about this product and tell us that they had been using, like a prescription medication,
right.
Different conditions. We had a couple people, remember?
But it had side effects and this didn't.
Mm-hmm. And this was the first thing that actually really worked.
And also, like, we're all picking up do me a favor. So get the CB Distillery about an hour before you pick your phone up in the morning. Take it. With this administration, you could be like, okay, I'm on the way. I got to wait. I feel better.
Should be mandatory.
Yeah, exactly. So for a limited time, you can save 25% off of your entire purchase. CBDistillery.com. And I'm finally saying that right. CBDistillery.com. And you just use promo code Titus. That's CBDistillery.com. Promo code Titus. You'll get 25% off your entire purchase. Specific product availability will depend on your individual state regulations, but just go to their website and check it out. Gummies. Do the gummies.
Yeah, it works.
And I put the powder in our smoothies, but I don't tell him that. CBDistillery.com, promo code Titus.
All of a sudden, your career starts to slow down.
All I know is I didn't punch anybody on the way to the, to the studio. Go to that thing that you posted on your site, that the testimony of that girl. Do you have that testimony? Because it's so dark, and here's what I would be thinking if I was Trump, because I keep wondering, like, he's gotten away with everything. Why is this one making him? He's acting weird. Did you see the post he did on True Social, guys?
Oh,
the boys and girls.
To all the guys.
Boy, he said boys.
And
he said
sometimes
boys.
gals.
He said
question mark.
To all you boys and even some of my gals out there. What's going on with the Epstein
not gals
thing?
out there. It was not that cool.
Hold on. What's the deal with the Epstein thing? Why can't you? Who the fuck wrote this?
And there's my black person.
There's my African American. That's what he said.
What's going on with my boys, in quotes, and in some cases, gals? Question mark.
Why is it a question mark?
I don't know.
Keep reading. It's just it's the most
They're all going.
dementia,
It's so
dementia.
long. It's so
But
long.
go ahead,
They're all going after Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's doing a fantastic job. We're on one team, MAGA. And I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration, the talk of the world. And selfish people are trying to hurt it all over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein. For years, it's Epstein over and over again. Why are we giving publicity to files, capitalized,
Stop
written by Obama, crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration who conned the world with the Russia hoax, 51 intelligence agents. He put intelligence in quotes. The laptop from hell and more.
Okay.
That's the first sentence.
If Hitler were alive and he was like, why do we keep talking about the Holocaust? Why? How dare you?
Oh, these Jews have been dead for so long. Why are we still talking about this?
Everybody dies.
There's a reason. Never forget. Yes. Who said that? Remember? Everybody dies. Joni Ernst. So here's how bereft and bankrupt these people are on just excuses. Just fucking excuses. So my boys and my gals, what's up with you people?
Sometimes gals.
Why are you still asking about the pedophile guy that I was best friends with? And listen, why do we keep talking about it? I mean, at least 7 times. How many times I was on his plane? Why do we keep?
Because 2 weeks ago, your attorney general said she was reviewing the fucking list.
Can I make this any more clear to you guys? That he continues to say that the files were written. Here he says Obama, crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, all the losers and criminals of the Biden administration, 51 intelligence agents. Then he mentions the Christopher Steele dossier that they used on him. He is telling you that he's in the files.
Yes.
He's preempting it by saying they put me in it.
Exactly. It's a front. So he's trying to tell you ahead of time. It's gonna come out. You're gonna see my name multiple times. It's fake news. It's a hoax. So he said it in the interview
but again, he's on the flight logs.
Yeah,
why aren't they talking about that?
Because I listened to Katie Turner this morning going, why aren't you guys? Because MSNBC is currently owned by a right-wing billionaire. Because CNN is currently owned by a right-wing billionaire. Because Fox News is owned by a right-wing billionaire. Right now, if you're on the news, you know, I saw a statistic. We used to be number 1. We always talk about US and more. Well, we're 43rd in free press. 43rd.
Wow.
Worldwide.
I didn't know that one.
That's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad. That means that people are lying, flat out lying. So what's happened now is when you've got money, when Citizens United passed, and I'll say it again, and it became that if you can give as much money to any political candidate you want, that's when it ended. That's when the beginning of the end started. I called you. I say this again. I called you. I said, babe, the country just ended. You go, what happened? I go, Scalia was the final vote on Citizens United, and we're now over. And now
I was still in my 20s.
You're like, what's he talking about?
I don't even think that's the big
deal.
Citizens. Everything's gonna be fine.
Period.
I don't know why he's period. That's Kenny's new thing. And she went out with a couple of my friends the other day, a couple weeks ago, and it's in such random places. Like Jess ordered cucumber salad, and Kenny goes, period. After she told the server, and
the funny, because she's not vapid, she's a brilliant songwriter and she's really smart and she's gonna have a conversation. But this thing that this period, you're like,
she is in her Valley Girl phase.
I look at her like Groucho looks at me sometimes. Period. What?
That wasn't a sentence. What?
She's gonna be mad when she hears.
And also, she doesn't listen to this. Are you kidding me? That's a valid point. Okay, so this girl Jane Doe was 13. She went to New York in 1994 with the hopes of starting a modeling career. Was told she needed a modeling portfolio. That's when she met Tiffany Doe, who told her about the parties
at Epstein's.
And if I would join her, I would be introduced to people who could help me get into the modeling profession. Boy. She also told me I would be paid for attending. They were at Epstein's residence. Each of the parties had other minor females and a number of guests of Epstein, including defendant Donald Trump, at 4 of the parties I attended. I understood that both Mr. Trump and Mr. Epstein knew that I was 13 years old. Defendant Trump had sexual contact with me at 4 different parties in the summer of 1994. On the 4th and final sexual encounter with defendant Trump, he tied me to a bed, exposed himself to me. I had to get binoculars. No, that was I added that. And then
a microscope is brought in on a table.
I needed a vomit bucket.
Tweezers. I got the but I'm trying. It's very heavy. Sorry, I'm trying. And then proceeded to forcibly rape me. During the course of this savage sexual attack, I loudly pleaded with defendant Trump to stop, but he did not. Defendant Trump responded to my pleas by violently striking me in the face with an open hand and telling me he would do whatever he wanted. Immediately following this rape, defendant Trump threatened me that were I ever to reveal any of the details of his sexual and physical abuse of me, my family and I would be physically harmed or killed. And then she goes on to describe Epstein's contact with her.
I wish him well. I wish your family well.
Defendant Epstein, after raping her, said he should have been the one who took my virginity, not defendant Trump.
God, where did you get this? And can we maybe put it up?
This is the court filing.
This is actually filed in court.
In New York.
Which, if it was
both
false...
Both defendants let me know that each was a wealthy, powerful man and indicated that they had the power, ability, and means to carry out their threats. Indeed, defendant Trump stated that I shouldn't ever say anything if I did not want to disappear like Maria, a 12-year-old female that was forced to be involved in the 3rd incident with defendant Trump, and that I had not seen since that 3rd incident, and that he was capable of having my whole family killed.
I have a question for you, a legal question. So let's say, so that's the documents that she submitted to court.
Oh, it goes on.
No. And it gets worse, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know how many can get worse, but it's getting worse. So what happens if you file something falsely? What can they do to you if you file this falsely? What would happen?
Well,
it's perjury, right?
Yeah.
Flat out, you can do jail time.
You have to declare under penalty of perjury.
Right. In perjury, you can go to jail for a long time if you're lying, especially about a powerful man like Trump who could sue you forever.
The civil liability of this would be huge.
And yet, Trump never, ever, I want to point this out to everybody, this guy who had 3,500 lawsuits when he became president and he sued people left and right, did not file a civil suit against this person. Did never said it again.
Tiffany Doe signs a declaration in support of this girl was asking for a protective order.
Right.
That's what she was terrified. And especially when he got involved in politics.
Oh my God.
She was terrified. So this other girl that she references that introduced her to them and that was also at the parties, also under penalty of perjury, wrote and signed a declaration.
So she has backup. She's
she
another witness.
Saw the rape, yes, and was raped.
So remember we've been saying, what's it going to take? Now you got to remember that these people, these maggots, these cult members that followed him forever, that let him get away with everything from, he said it right out loud. Could you imagine if Biden said I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it? Could you imagine if Biden had said that? Obama keeps saying that. Obama's doing speeches now and going, can you imagine if I did one of these things? Like what they would have done to me? Like it scares me when Obama's like, "The fuck is going on?"
Tiffany Doe says,
the most rational, level-headed guy.
Tiffany Doe says, I personally witnessed one occasion where Mr. Trump forced the plaintiff and a 12-year-old female named Maria perform oral sex on Mr. Trump and witnessed physical abuse of both minors when they finished the act.
You know what's so disgusting is this just doesn't surprise me. No. That's like, oh yeah, I could definitely see him.
We are so I can't see it.
No, not visually.
We are all so numb to the bullshit. As I say, I'm saying in my new show, Doom to Prita, don't you guys? I said it's weird, right? And you see everybody. It doesn't matter what side they're on, nodding and go. Don't you guys pick up your phones every day like you're cutting the red wire on a bomb? And they go, yes. because we can't believe it.
Speaking of balding, this episode brought to you by OneSkin.
Yes.
Speaking of balding,
Look at that.
dun-dun-dun.
Okay.
It's
so
sprouting.
have you guys heard about
this?
OneSkin scalp serum? It's OS1 hair because they have OS1 body and face and eye, and they're all awesome products.
Is it working?
It's hard to tell on yourself, but what we should do is take a picture.
No. I came in yesterday. Okay. All right. So, all right.
So let me just explain it,
All right.
and then you tell.
Okay.
So, OS1 hair, it has that patented OS1 peptide that all of their products have that's scientifically proven to target aging at the cellular level. But now they're targeting age-related hair loss and thinning. So they did a clinical study, of course. These doctor, scientist, female team that started this company
Badasses.
did a clinical study that showed after 6 months, participants had significantly thicker and denser hair. So
So if
Hylinder
just one hair grows for him, that's thicker and denser.
has
exactly.
the serum, and
We started with a stock.
it comes with the roller with the little needle type things in it
Uh-huh.
to help it penetrate, which you didn't know last time we talked.
Yeah, it was just
what
massaging
it was
it. I read it and I'm like, oh, I just massage it in. I'm moving too
for.
fast.
So go ahead and say what you were.
So I
gonna say.
come in yesterday, and he's walking around without his baseball hat on, and I was
no,
like,
I had my hat. No, I didn't
no,
have
you
it on.
took it off at one point. I go, wait, why does
He
his
never
hair
takes it
look
off.
like that?
I
You
usually feel
actually
it.
do you know right there that you have baby hairs all over?
Do you
your
know you
spot
have tiny little baby hairs? That's
that
crazy.
show up in the light?
And in the light, dude, from behind you. Holy shit!
We're gonna take a picture with the
It's
light
not
behind
shiny
you.
anymore.
No,
It's usually
got
blinding.
it's got
dude, your
little
hair's
baby
coming
hairs
back.
all
What
over
the
it.
fuck?
Because some people, I saw someone wrote in a review.
Well, because you got the
Let
your backlit.
me just finish a sentence on this. I saw
My
someone
hair's coming
wrote
back.
in a review. They said I started 3 months ago because you have to give it time, and I'm seeing new little hairs on my scalp line.
I was trying.
That's where I gotta
I'm
do
just. By the way,
I just got to get the facts in, and then
but
you
it's
guys
like
go
seeing
back.
magic. Like I'm seeing. It's like David Copperfield cut somebody in half, and then the bottom front walked away. That's how weird it is.
So you guys know they found the OS1. They tried over 900 peptides in the lab. They found this one actually reverses skin's biological age by reducing the accumulation of those dead cells, which is what makes us look older.
Senescent cells.
Very good. You do listen. Every product that they have every claim that they say is based on lab or clinical studies, and they're all documented on their website. You can go actually look at real scientific clinical studies and see what the results of those are. So OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company by focusing on the cellular aspects of aging. It keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer, including the skin on your scalp. For a limited time, you can try OneSkin with 15% off if you use promo code Titus at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code Titus. And after you purchase, you know the deal. They'll say, how'd you hear about us? Tell them you heard about us on Titus Podcast.
Armageddon update.
Yeah, it helps us. OneSkin.co, promo code Titus. So that's amazing. So we need to take pictures to document. But look,
I can feel the breeze.
It's no bullshit.
in your
Like-
baby hairs.
Yeah.
I get.
That's amazing.
They're like, this is awesome. We're gonna grow up and be a follicle one day.
So, what you were just saying about this not being party lines, this is actually humanity. And
Well, because what happened?
unfortunately, all but one Republican voted yesterday in the House to not release the files,
So-
which makes no sense.
So here's the thing. You've got the Republicans claiming that Hunter Biden is the worst human being in the world. And we've got pictures of him with adult hookers. And
Adult.
That's I'm going to make sure I nail
Yep.
that. Then we've got, by the way, just so you guys know, Prince Andrew settled with
Yes.
a girl. Prince Andrew was busted for this.
Virginia
and
Giuffre, or
and
however you
who
say.
now who's killed herself.
Yeah.
Which fuck, man.
It's so bad other prisoners deem it like you're the devil.
That's
We're
what I
gonna
said.
kill
Never
you.
get up to. Even the Russians are like, we can't even back this up. This is crazy. So what I'm saying is that we now have all this history of that this happened. We have the president was a quote by the guy. Rachel said this made me laugh really hard. She goes, "Do you understand If you listen to an interview with Jeffrey Epstein goes, he's a bad guy. Really, Trump can get everybody, but he's kind of a bad guy.
I was
Epstein
best friends with him for over 10 years. He's doing an interview for The New Yorker, I think, in early 2019. And he says, I was best friends with Donald Trump for over 10 years. And he goes on to say, basically, he's a bad guy. Like he'll
screw anybody over.
He says basically he gets people to like him and trust him instantly, and then he'll screw them over, including their wives.
So the child rapist, sex trafficker, underage prostitute guy said that Trump's a bad guy. Putin's like, I don't like this guy though. This guy, by the way, he scares me a little bit.
Pretty bad.
So here's the one thing. This is bad across the board. There's one thing that everybody has a hard line that you don't cross.
Yes.
And that's fucking with kids.
Except for Matt Gaetz.
Except for Matt Gaetz. Well, but that's what I'm saying, that Matt Gaetz, it was so bad, then Trump knew this, they took him out.
Matt Gaetz was the one vote, remember?
They were trying to pass a law to outlaw sex trafficking, make it
child
a huge,
sex trafficking.
Make it like a 20-year felony instantly.
He voted
and Matt
against
Gaetz
it.
voted against it. I think that maybe it should be okay once in a while if you... What?
Well, let's fact check the fact that Matt Gaetz said it's healthy and natural to like an underage girl.
Someone said that.
He
I don't know if
tweeted
it's Matt
that.
Gaetz. Someone did say that it's normal to you want to procreate. Some of the right wing guys have said some shit. You're just like, and every time there's a group I follow on Threads that's basically they go after pedophiles. They go after people that, and when you get arrested for like either having thousands of pictures of kids, naked kids and stuff, they actually post it up. And you know what it never is? It's never this guy runs a dispensary in North Hollywood. Yeah. It's never that guy. Yeah. It's always Sheriff from so-and-so, hard right-wing conservative.
Speaking of that, did you see that he just named Nick Adams, the self-proclaimed alpha male right-wing podcaster? He's named him ambassador to Malaysia.
Do me a favor. You got this alpha male. This guy protests too much. There's a list he put on on Threads or X. And he said one of the things, he goes, here's what I do every day. I lift heavy weights. And he goes, I spend time in the hot tub with the boys.
Sorry.
The Thai hookers.
Isn't he the one
No Thai hookers. No, I spend time in there with the boys. I hang out with good men. And I'm like, and you read it and you're like,
Isn't he the one that said
the Australian
started
guy.
the heat your nuts thing that Tucker Carlson put in that video?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that the guy?
Guys, do you
remember? He calls himself an alpha male.
To stand naked with your nuts on do you guys remember this?
So what I had started to say, I always have to go back, is I have a family member who heads up
conservative think tank watch.
Judicial Watch.
Judicial Watch, right.
An extremely conservative, extremely right-wing 501c3 organization.
Disturbingly right-wing.
Tom Fitton is his partner. Tom Fitton is the one that wrote the non-concession speech for Trump before he ever lost, like 9 days before he lost the last election. So I asked, because what they do, Judicial Watch, they have a huge team of lawyers and they FOIA. That's what they do every day, all day. They
ask for the Hunter Biden documents. They ask for the Hillary documents. They go after that.
But it has to be government agencies. That's what FOIA is for. It's Freedom of Information Act. They had Hillary in court over emails forever.
Right.
And he said, oh, we're trying. And what I gathered, and this is me retelling, but what I gathered was this is unlike anything they've ever come up against before, as in stonewalling, absolutely refusing to comply with this constitutional right, and that
they can't get the Epstein documents.
Exactly. And out of the blue, last weekend, this unsigned, undated memo gets leaked that it's over. There's nothing there. And he said to me, then why is she serving 20 years in prison if there's nothing there? And so they have gotten louder, and they have, as of this weekend, filed more FOIA lawsuits against DOJ and against the FBI, asking for the client list, and they're not getting it. But what's interesting is in public now, Bongino and Cash who I also gather have reached out to Fitton and asked them to stop. They are saying publicly there's nothing there and there's no client list and he killed himself. But in court right now, and this is, you can go to JW's website and read about this. It's not secret. They are saying that the items are under FOIA review because FOIA requests, he explained to me, a lot of times go under FOIA review where the judge then redacts innocent people's names, because he did say some people's names come up.
Because Jeffrey Epstein kept make sure he
was a socialite too.
He ran in circles, right? He had a lot of money. By the way, we got a point.
So Naomi Campbell was on one of the flight logs, but probably was going to a cocktail party because he had big, high-level cocktail parties. So they're being told in court not that the items don't exist, but that they're under FOIA review, while simultaneously Bongino and Cash are going publicly Bondi and saying they don't exist.
So Cashy Cash and Bongo Bingo, those guys, they are, and Bongo Bingo, I guess last week was saying, I'm going to quit. He took a day off. He said, I'm walking out.
Yeah.
He actually left because the bullshit is so deep. And Pam Bondi was actually in law enforcement in Florida during the first time Jeffrey Epstein was in jail.
Wait a minute. You mean this is another Epstein-related person he's put in an administration?
You know that movie Conspiracy Theory where they show the board, Mel Gibson's board, and there's all these strings attached? If you did this with the Epstein thing, it would just be string.
All leading to Trump.
It would be string. Yes, and then Trump would be at the top. Yes. So we've got a guy who... and we kept saying, why doesn't this flip them? Hurting kids, I think, is a red line for everybody, and even the Republicans. If this won't just take down Trump, because we just had, and I said it before, Republicans kill people, and now Republicans protect pedophiles, and you know how we know it? They just voted to protect the pedophiles. They just voted. In our Congress.
Officially.
The Democrats put a thing, hey man, we need to release these documents so we know. Well, there's no documents. Then why do we have a vote on if there's no documents? Why didn't you just vote, release them?
And why did Obama write this thing?
And again, how was Eisenhower involved in the thing? Why? How come Abraham Lincoln started making this list of pedophiles way back in the 18th? That's why he was shot. I wish him well. I wish Abraham Lincoln well. I hear he's going to a play. I hope it's a good play.
So there is now, Ghislaine Maxwell appealed.
Is it Ghislaine or Ghislaine? I keep messing it up.
I think it's French. It's probably Ghislaine. So Ghislaine, I don't know, but I don't know. There's now talk that she is willing to talk.
Uh-oh.
And it's through one of her friends, confidants, probably lawyer, I don't know, but that's starting to gain some steam.
I wish you well.
Mm-hmm.
This person said that no one from the government ever asked her to share what she knows. Yes. Congress never asked her to sit before them to tell her story. Do you find that strange?
I do find it strange that basically we have a pedophile that's connected internationally to some of the richest, most powerful people in the world, and Congress didn't have her come in and talk. Yet they had Hunter Biden come in over a laptop that we couldn't even prove was his, that had gone through 4 or 5 different
got lost in the mail.
The Geek Squad went through it like 9 times, so already the chain of evidence is already dead. Go ahead.
So Roger Stone just came out yesterday and said, personally, I like the news that Epstein's pimp Maxwell is ready to testify before Congress. Bill and Hillary are going to be very embarrassed. She has nothing on Trump. Wait, we didn't say, nobody said.
Yeah, well, no one asked you about that.
Did you?
No. Hey, bro, what is it about these guys that they always tell you what they're doing? Because I guess it's because they keep getting away with it. They keep getting away with it. So, like, hey, guys, just say what you want. Why? Because it doesn't fucking matter.
So she's offering to speak to Congress. But I just wonder.
I'm sure they're going to rush her in. I'm sure Jim Jordan and those guys are going to rush her in to talk.
Well, I just wonder if, so she's under appeal. There was reporting yesterday that Trump's people was urging the Supreme Court to shut it down.
Yep, no appeal.
but she's offering to testify to Congress. I wonder if it's another one of those I wish you well, like, I'll come speak to Congress if you get me through this appeal, get me out. I'll come.
Yeah, but then why would he deny the appeal?
I'll come lie. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Which way is this going? I don't know.
But here's the thing. So we had a jury look at all the evidence against her. It went down, and she got 20 years in prison. She facilitated a child prostitution ring for a multimillionaire. And that's another thing no one can reconcile how Jeffrey Epstein made his money. He was worth $550 million. And yet there's no business.
Was the judge?
No business.
Hey, he was a teacher.
That's right. Teachers are kick-ass. You're right.
Everybody that put Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein away, were they all Democrats? Was this was the judge, but radical left?
Yes. But what I love is that, when you just said something that hit me. So the Democrats, instead of just voting on things, they've decided to invent a crazy pedophile ring and involve Donald Trump, the reality television star guy, in it back to the Obama administration?
Over 1,000.
Your brain, I saw smoke.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought he treats his supporters like they're dumb all the time.
Yeah.
But this one was a step too far. It's him trying again to say crooked Hillary, crooked Joe, crooked Obama. That's like a lot of years.
Crooked Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell helped set up the...
Yeah.
Why did you bring up Rosie O'Donnell?
I feel like he's insulted them their intelligence a little too much.
But here's what he's doing, though. And the Rosie O'Donnell thing is a perfect example of it. And you guys got to start noticing this. You cult maggots on the other side. You got to start noticing that every time some shit like this comes out, he just starts throwing shit. Mm-hmm. Like Rosie O'Donnell, I'm going to pull her citizenship. Well, what he's trying to get us all to do is look over here. Well, the problem is you can't look away from a child prostitution ring. You can't look away from Prince Andrew it's literally paying someone off to stop telling people about it. You can't reconcile the fact that Donald Trump was on the plane 7 times. Clinton was on the plane too. Clinton said, we went to a charity event. Clinton flat came out and said we went to a charity event. But then what people keep saying on the right is like, okay, yeah, but when the list comes out, it's going to be Hillary and Bill. And I'm like, good.
Right,
whoever the fuck is on, if the Pope is on that list, I want him in
Democrats,
jail.
Though.
Right.
We want everyone, Democrat or Republican, that hurt these kids to go down. Mm-hmm. But Republicans voted against yesterday.
You just, no, we don't want the list read up. But I thought Bill and Hillary on it. Don't you want to take them down forever? Because by the way, here's what's going to happen. Doesn't it feel like it's gathering speed, like it's like an out of control snowball? It's getting like it's out of control. So I think either they're going to shut it down in a really weird way, or we're going to drop a bomb on somebody.
Megyn Kelly is speaking out. I mean, Alex Jones. You think about these are the far. But I also, Laura Loomer. I mean,
do you think they smell blood? Do you think they smell blood? And they're like, we can take him out.
I think it's become too obvious that he is manipulating them and thinks they're stupid.
Right.
And now he's saying, then I don't want you anyway. And they're like, what?
He just said that the day his quote was, he said, what did he call him?
Support.
He said something worse than that.
I don't know.
This
episode brought to you by AG1.
Oh God, I need a health boost right now. I could really use a health boost. But when we talk about this stuff, I get acidity in my stomach, and the one thing that makes me feel better is AG1 every time.
AG1 we've been using for over 2 years. Yep. It's 1 scoop of it with some water, or you can throw it in your smoothie. It has over 75 vitamins, minerals, prebiotics, probiotics, whole food source, superfood, and it has a lot of benefits. I think an overall body wellness feeling that I have, but also energy, which is why I take it before I work out or when I haven't slept. Also improves your digestion and gut health. That it's helped me so much, which is why the guy created it.
That's can confirm.
It supports immune health and it fills those nutrient gaps in your diet. It's like I say this to you guys all the time. We can never eat all the stuff that our body actually needs every day to function at its best. So what were you going to say about
the gut thing is like, so I'll get up in the morning and I have too much coffee. And I do that a lot. And what I do is I'll take AG1 and in like 25 minutes, it all goes away. And I have the sense of calm and a sense of peace. And that's what it does for me. I also, I mix mine with a bunch of other stuff too, but it has made such a difference in like my well-being for the day. I do notice a huge change in well-being for the day.
I do too. And I notice energy, and I notice my gut is happier. I just put a scoop of this. I do add other stuff. I do a scoop of AG1 and then the D3K2 dropper that you get from them. And then I do colostrum and collagen. I'm not sure if I need both of those, but right now I'm doing both of those. Shake it up and then done. I'm done for the day. I don't have a big cabinet filled with vitamins anymore. I don't have refrigerated probiotics that cost $100 a bottle from Whole Foods anymore. I mean, this is such a simplification of my life and my health.
Do you remember the pill bottle avalanche would happen sometimes? And then you'd open this cabinet and go,
yes.
And they're all stale.
That is not an exaggeration.
Look like that video of the guy knocking over the cans with that forklift.
So start by giving your body the nutrients it deserves. Go to drinkag1.com/Titus to subscribe, and you can get it for less than $3 a day. Your whole body wellness, less than $3 a day. drinkag1.com/Titus, and that's the number 1. You don't have to spell it out. You'll also, by using that link, get the free welcome kit that comes with the shaker bottle, 5 AG1 travel packs, and more stuff. You get the scoop and the metal container and the D3K2, and it's over $76 of free extras when you subscribe. drinkag1.com/Titus.
The whole MAGA movement. This might be the one thing that kills it. The whole MAGA movement. It's really, so first of all, it's based on conspiracy theories. Their whole thing is,
QAnon. There was a whole
COVID is a hoax.
JFK is coming back from the dead.
coming back from the dead. Pizzagate.
Microchips in the vaccines.
Yep. Wi-Fi gives you cancer. Like all this shit. And this one,
chemtrails.
And then also trans people are pedophiles or whatever. This is like, it speaks to them. They're always about protecting the children.
Yes.
So it's all wrapped up in their entire ideology.
It's you're right. It's their core. It's the nucleus. Yes, it's the nucleus of it.
It turns out it actually is a cabal, but it's
a Republican cabal.
It's rich. It's billionaires and politicians and law enforcement people, and it's not Republican. It's Democrat and Republican.
Billionaires. Why don't we just cover rich? I think at one point, isn't there a number of money you get to where you stop being a Democrat or Republican and it just becomes about money? I think Elon Musk is a good example of it.
Yeah, so it's Chuck Schumer and fucking Hakeem Jeffries.
They got to go. Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. How do you have this bomb, this nuclear bomb against the Republicans, and how are you not just devastating them? Right? How are you just letting it go? Yeah, Schumer was like, we actually went in and we actually filed another strongly worded letter. We changed the name of the big beautiful bill to the, and so that changed everything. And it's like you. What are you doing?
Exactly.
Like what? And then Hakeem will continue to talk like this.
Oh my God.
Appeal to the norms and the values of the country.
I listen to him. I think
I miss Nancy. How can I miss Nancy Pelosi?
Right,
at least she
now
had
is
balls.
not the time to write nursery rhymes.
Dr. Seuss, stop doing the Dr. Seuss shit.
Just get out and do something.
Yeah.
All the time that he spends writing shit that rhymes, he could actually be doing something, and they're not. But it makes me crazy.
His bars are terrible.
Say what you will, his bars are terrible. we should mix Hakeem.
Sucker
and then mix Schumer in as the chorus.
Strongly worded letter. Strongly worded letter.
Just a strongly worded letter. We
need to write a diss track.
Yeah. So. When you talk about that and you realize that we don't have anybody, and they keep saying we don't have the positions. You guys have one vote. Like you really have to. You can blame the Democrats, and I do blame them for being kind of weak in this. They should be
for being conservatives.
They should be. Yeah, but that's what. Here's what's happened in the last 4 years. They've watched the Trump era and the maggots kind of pull everything to the far right, where racism is okay again and stuff. And instead of going, which I think AOC does, and I think a couple other people in the Democratic Party do, they even go more liberal, more progressive, and that's where people that's what gets people to turn their heads.
Yeah.
When you're like, no, Universal healthcare. How can 32 out of 33 industrialized nation have healthcare for the people and we don't? How's that possible?
Yeah.
And you go, why is that possible? And these idiots are like, well, you know what? We're going to tone it down a little bit. And they start, and Schumer and Hakeem are pulling towards, and I think because Schumer's an old man, maybe that's why, because as you get older, you become more conservative. Though I find myself going the other way, but maybe it's because my head's in this all the time. So we need to get rid of, we need to get some people that are bomb throwing. And that's why they hated David Hogg. David Hogg came in and said, you guys don't know what you're talking about. We got to get some younger people in here and we got to change it. We got to become, if we're going to be left, let's be left.
Yeah.
Let's don't be center right.
We've got Jasmine Crockett. I think Gavin Newsom's coming out swinging.
He is the one Democrat that is actually doing what we need to be done.
Yep.
He has researched,
Facts.
he has it memorized, statistics, facts. And then he's going on these right-wing podcasts and stuff. Just this last week he did. And the guy was actually like, oh, well, actually, you are right. I looked that up.
I looked it up. You're right. He goes, we have more top scientists, more Nobel laureates,
in California.
more patents. And he talked about California. And
I
the guy goes, I looked it up. You're right.
About how California is a donor state and Texas is a
that was
fucking
great.
recipient.
He
and he's like, oh yeah, I looked it up.
He said we had an 80-something billion surplus, whereas Texas
took 82 billion extra.
76 billion.
Texas has oil money. Texas took 82 billion extra than they put in.
And didn't give it to the fucking flood warning system. They gave it to the fucking cops.
Did you see that about Texas? That the Biden and Obama administration had offered them $50 billion or $55 billion or $50 million to actually in that specific floodplain to install an early warning system, and they said this is liberal bullshit. We don't need it. They took the money. They gave they took the money. They gave it to the local sheriff's department. They gave it to the sheriff.
So they accepted the woke money.
They accepted the woke money, but
they laundered it to make it not woke.
But didn't use it for a warning system that would have saved those kids.
This is what I'm talking about. We need more Gavins. We need more Jasmine Crockett's. This episode brought to you by Ridge Wallet. Wallet, where is yours?
I'll be right back.
Okay, go grab it, Walter. So Ridge Wallet, if you guys haven't seen it on here before, Titus has been using these for years because you used to use the leather money clip with the metal thing in it, and it would get like this fat.
It would cause me scoliosis in the car. I'd sit on my wall like.
And Ridge Wallet, it is the sleekest, like thin aerodynamic design. Ken used to have a giant crusty brick of a wallet that was literally unraveling and probably
it was like a mattress folded in half.
On it. Yes. Because it actually does cause back problems for men that you don't realize if you're sitting like that and it's in your back wallet. Ridge is unique, slim, it's modern. You can hold up to 12 cards plus cash, and they use premium materials like aluminum, titanium, carbon fiber. Yours is carbon fiber. It's super sweet. And there's over 50 colors to choose from. Let's see it. Show it off.
All right, this was basically my old wallet.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that was this. This is my new one. Look at that.
So what I love about these, so look at how tiny that is, guys. So you can actually, what you couldn't do with the other wallet, you couldn't put it in your front pocket. So which does two things. Number one, it keeps it off your back. So when you're in the car, it's not going to even bump you up a little bit. But also, no one can pickpocket you. No one can ever come up and take your wallet.
What I love about these is that they have RFID blocking technology.
RFID blocking. And then you put your money in this little clip right here. I love.
Where does the money go? There's never money in here when we're showing. Right here is where money would go, right there. But look at that. And you just push them out like that. How cool is that? Yep. Oh, there you go. That's where. Yep. So these are great gifts for any guy or sometimes gal in your life. They have over 100,000 5-star reviews. They also now they have a Ridge AirTag attachment. So that way, before you panic and completely melt down every day because you can't find your wallet, you have an AirTag on it.
Go to my phone.
You know exactly where it is. I go to
my phone and go, wait, where's my phone?
Oh, God. I forgot. We do use your watch to find your phone a lot. So if we could use your watch to find your phone, then we could use your phone to find your wallet.
Where's my watch?
They also create premium everyday carry essentials like key cases. He has the matching key case to that. Suitcases and rings, all that really sleek, super sweet design. They also have free shipping, 99-day risk-free trial, and a lifetime warranty on everything you can get. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off at Ridge if you use promo code Titus. Just go to ridge.com, RIDGE.com, use promo code Titus. After you purchase, same deal. They're going to say, how'd you hear about us? Tell them Titus Podcast. That helps support our show if they know that we sent you. Ridge.com, promo code Titus.
Back to Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, for whatever reason, we're pretty sure he's running for president.
Yeah.
There is a problem with that in the sense that California's reputation countrywide is like, damn liberal, blah, blah, blah. But the problem is that what you said that Gavin does is he brings in every single fact. We are the 4th largest economy on the planet. Yet for some reason, everyone's going, California, what a liberal hellhole. People are homeless and this and that. And we're the 4th largest economy? Mm-hmm. Wait. So we pretty much run the world in tech. We run the world in the best company, Fortune 500 companies. That's another thing he said. And we're the worst state.
And we support the other states.
And you're welcome, Kentucky. And so you are going. And so the weird thing is he's got to spend the next 2.5 years educating the world about, because he's done a great job in California. I think I do think our homeless problem is bad. Did you see 2,000 Marines are leaving them?
Thank God.
Of the 4,000 they had, they're sending 2,000 out.
Yeah, because they figured out they don't need to be here.
Well, it's not polling well.
Uh-huh.
It's not polling well.
It doesn't seem like he cares about polls anymore.
Yeah, it's just all for show.
Well,
Ghislaine Maxwell, this is all like kind of interesting. So her lawyer has now asked, so DOJ killed the appeal yesterday, right?
Wow.
So let me just, this is all like kind of messy. DOJ rejects Ghislaine Maxwell's appeal in SCOTUS response. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. If there's no list and there's no evidence and there's nothing to release, why would they deny the appeal of the girl who got put in jail for
she's innocent, right?
She's innocent, right? Because there's no list. Explain it.
Justice.
Legal mind.
DOJ's response to Supreme Court comes after the department recently ignited fury by announcing it had no new information. Let's see. Well, let me go back. So they rejected it. Right after, her lawyer asks Donald Trump specifically for his help, says he needs him to intervene in this appeal. He described, the guy's name is David Marcus. He described Trump as the ultimate deal maker. So he's kissing his ass and said Trump would disagree with the DOJ's decision to stop her appeal. He also referenced the recently leaked DOJ and FBI memo that said there was no client list and no blackmail plot.
So she's gonna. So wait. So what's the plan here?
I don't know. So her whole stance is that there was a non-prosecution agreement in 2008 in Florida with Epstein.
Right.
If he would plead guilty to whatever minor things he did and go have, 10 hours a day of prison camp.
You mean minor like minor?
Minor, yeah.
Like children?
No, I mean minor compared to what he should have been convicted or charged with.
Yeah, he should be hanging from a rope. Epstein should have then.
Well, he was.
I mean, eventually.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm not.
You have no
extra sheets.
I mean, the government should have done. Why did he have extra sheets?
So his plea deal in Florida in 2008 agreed to not charge him with other things or his associates. So that's her whole stance for the appeal, is that she's his associate and she should be covered by that 2008 plea deal. So this lawyer, Marcus, is now publicly appealing to Donald Trump, complimenting him as the ultimate deal maker and saying he said, here's the quote, "I would be surprised if President Trump knew his lawyers were asking the Supreme Court to let the government break a deal. He's the ultimate deal maker, and I'm sure he'd agree that when the U.S. gives its word, it should keep it."
Yeah, because Trump always keeps his word. Wait. So
simultaneously, she's saying, "I'll talk to Congress. I was never given a chance."
So So what he's going to have to do, so the next thing is if there's no list, and they're claiming no list, the DOJ says no, and if they let her out of prison after the evidence that was presented to the jury proved that she was guilty of sex trafficking minors with Jeffrey Epstein, do you realize the fury that's going to cause? Here's the thing. This is going to take down the GOP. And here's what bothers me about that. After we've had the Election Truth Alliance on and we saw how the votes got manipulated, you can see the machines, and he won all 7 swing states. The reason that every Republican, because if you listen, in a real political environment, if you voted against releasing a child sex trafficking evidence, you voted against it, your opponent's going to beat the shit out of you in the next election, correct?
They should. The Democrats
well,
should.
Simultaneously, Elon has started the America Party.
Okay, so but here's the scariest thing. All these guys are voting against their political interests. So I think they know something that we don't know, which is that they're going to win anyway. This scares the shit out of me. Everybody, so even the guys with tough races coming up, everybody voted to not release the Epstein files.
One guy.
Who was it? Do you know?
I did.
I know it was 210 to 211.
I gotta look it up.
So
a lot of these right-wing podcasters, I'm reading quotes, but they're saying, so she trafficked children to nobody? If there's no list and he killed himself and there's no there.
And if there was no there, why didn't they get involved when she was in court? And by the way, what evidence?
Right.
If there's no evidence, what did they present in court? If there was no evidence, no list. My question is this: if the DOJ is run by Trump, don't they already have can't they just get rid of all this information, or is it locked up somewhere? Like how like I don't understand.
You could just redact certain things.
Say your question again?
I don't understand. So if they have all this evidence, they said there's no list. We know there's a list. We know there's evidence that Epstein was the worst person ever because we know that Prince Andrew paid people off. We know that
Deutsche Bank and
Chase Bank paid $365 million to the victims. Deutsche Bank and Chase paid $365 million, bought them off to the victims. They paid them about $2 million plus, and then the attorneys got a third. So we know
Thomas Massey
that this happened. So what is it about the GOP that they're so sure that no matter how heinous and shitty they act, they're still going to be safe in their election?
Yeah, the confidence they have.
That's a lot of confidence.
It's a lock because they already locked it.
But
as we've
also,
seen.
why? So Marjorie Taylor Greene's been pretty outspoken about wanting this out. So why would she vote to block it? Thomas Massey of Kentucky worked with Ro Khanna from California to force the vote on Epstein. So Thomas Massey is the only one in the GOP that voted.
So what the GOP has just said to the American public is we're the party of pedophiles. That's what they've just said. And we're willing to do anything to protect the president pedophile. So what do they know? What do they know about the upcoming elections that they're that ballsy? That's a ballsy
code.
Yeah, they know code.
They know voting machines.
Michael Wolff, the biographer, has alleged that Trump, in interviews he had with him, was contemplating pardoning her right after her arrest, fearing what she might disclose. For whatever reason, I guess back then, though, he was surrounded by better people like Kelly and
Millie.
And he decided not to, but that Trump was very worried about what she could reveal.
Why would a bank? How is any bank? How is any bank responsible for what Jeffrey Epstein did? How is any bank, any financial institution responsible for what Jeffrey Epstein did? How is any bank
because they had the transactional records.
They were the ones brokering it was alleged by some of the victims that all of that, the money movement from these powerful people to Epstein or
went through these banks
and so they, as my family member who's doing all this said, everybody has a number and they just needed it to go away. This episode brought to you by Square. This is a new sponsor of the podcast.
Yay.
And a company that we've used forever and for all kinds of things.
For almost over a decade, right?
It's like a business partner that makes everything a little bit easier. So we have used the Square point of sale technology
forever.
Like, gosh.
I think all the way from the second it came out, because remember we were on the road.
Yeah, we thought that was
we were trying to people kind of trying to count 20s, and we were like, okay, come on. And then
if you have purchased merch from us,
you use Square.
You have used Square, and when you go to those little point of sale setups in stores, it is so much easier where they just flip the thing to you. You handle it yourself. No, you don't have to hand your card over. Something I liked more after COVID too. I was like, oh, I don't really want to hand anybody this. I do enjoy that. We also use Square and have for years and years and years for payroll.
Yep.
I love that. I know when they first came out, they were kind of a game changer where you could plug in to your iPhone.
We had a
little swiper.
Yeah.
They were the first ones to come out with that.
That's what we did.
We used that for a long time.
Easy to use. That's what I love about Square. Even their payroll platform is they do everything for us. Yep. I don't have to do anything. And I mean, I just go input the number of hours or whatever, but then they handle all of our filings,
right?
Which are a lot with IRS and California. And there are like 5 different ones quarterly that California requires. Right. They do all that. And then they just upload the reports on our account, and then I just forward those to the accountant. It is so freaking easy.
So not only if you have a business, like let's say you have a small business and you need a point of sale thing, let's say you go to a thing and you sell whatever you sell, the widgets you sell, the point of sale, boop. On top of that, do the point of sale, then they'll actually help you with all the record keeping and everything like that too. We love Square. We've used them for years.
You can set up an online store with them. Payments, if you need to take payments for anything, it's so easy. Helps small businesses grow. It's like a very easy to use business partner. So Square keeps up so you don't have to slow down. Get everything you need to run and grow your business without any long-term commitments. Why wait? Right now you can get up to $200 off Square hardware at square.com/go/Titus. That's SQUARE.com/GO/Titus. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today. That little swiper thing was a game changer. We would forget it and go on the road and run to Best Buy and buy another one because it just plugs right into your phone.
It made everything so much faster.
If you're growing your business too, like a lot of people, like when Jen and I went and did that sale for our clothes and shoes and stuff, you can be a business that easily. Just pop. There you go. I've got a whole credit card processing thing right here.
Right in your hand, right in your phone, in your pocket. Shit. I wanted to do this last thing, and then we'll go. Look into the bank thing, guys. Everything we brought up today happened, and it is nowhere near emails. It is nowhere near a laptop. It is literally one of the biggest child pedophile conspiracies we've ever dealt with. Look it up. And you, by the way, if you think that that you can deny this one, would be crazy.
Also, over 1,000 victims, and we only know of 4 or 5.
Names wise, yeah. Well,
everybody's very quiet.
Some people don't have a number, but those 150 girls that got that got 365 million,
right?
And not everybody has a number. Right. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the Titus Podcast. Do me a favor, go to ChristopherTitus.com to get merch, everything we have. Do you want to do 2 years? Do you have 2 years available?
2 years. This one is when things started to go south. 2 years ago today, Biden was sort of arguing with the other Democrats if he should stay in the race or not. So I think the next 2 years laters or 2 years ago's are going to start to
deteriorate.
No, I would say we can start talking about the warnings that Kamala was giving us along the campaign trail.
Okay, good. All right, that's what we'll do next week. Guys, go to ChristopherTitus.com. Do me a favor. My new special Carrion Monsters is out. You can get it on the website. Yep. Go to Christopher Titus TV for all of our content, plus 2 episodes of the Titus show that we did. You can get all the episodes on our YouTube channel, and you can get the 2 new episodes we shot over COVID. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Anything else? Where am I going this week? I'm going to be on the 20th.
Huntington Beach this weekend. 1 show on Sunday. Next weekend, Nashville and Huntsville next weekend. Oh, the dead South. I mean, the awesome South. The hot South. Oh, God. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
Go. You gotta go.